We believe that the tax cuts should be rescinded, and both the Liberals and the Conservatives voted in favor of the HST, which has not been a popular issue here in BC. So I think it all comes down to, it's hard really to speak strongly about the Conservatives when they can't even bother to come here, but let's keep the elephant in the room of what they have done to tear the social safety net of this country apart. It's time for a change. Things are not working in Ottawa, and I would suggest that it's time for a change in Vancouver Centre, and on May 2nd, I ask for your support.
Thank you very much. Karen Shillington of the New Democratic Party. Call next on Travis McRae of the Pirate Party of Canada for a 2-minute closing statement.
I would prefer not to be in front of a podium.
Oh, you're right. Well, I don't know if this is working very well, but you can try it.
Oh, I want to be down here anyway with you guys. Okay. Number one, I want you guys to vote. And I want you guys to vote for a minor party. I don't care. I prefer you vote for me. But if you vote for Adrian, Michael, maybe to a degree the NDP, vote for a minor party, because we're here for you. I want you to vote for a minor party. I want you to vote for a minor party. Because if you guys really want change, if you guys really want democracy, then we're going to make a change. You know what? If you're really worried about the global climate of Canada, one riding isn't going to make that. One riding of having a minor party in might not make the difference between who's our PM, but it will make a difference in showing that we can have minor parties in government. It will stop scaring people away from voting for minor parties. It'll start encouraging them. They'll say, you know what, I can vote for a minor party. Look at what happened in Van Center. They voted for a minor party. They got a minor party MP. You know how great that'd be? Even if we had a minor party 30%. So tell your friends, go out and vote for minor parties. Let us show that we actually have a say, and show that your vote really does matter. We don't have to vote Conservative, and we don't have to vote Liberal, because we're Canadians and we can vote for who we want.
Yeah. Thank you. Oprah just retired, right? We have a new candidate here. Michael Hunefeld of the Progressive Canadian Party of Canada. Would you prefer the mic or the podium? Okay, there you go. Let's see you starting
The Progressive Canadian Party is continuing the tradition of the Progressive Conservative Party. We are different from the Conservatives that are in power today, because we believe in upholding the original traditions of the Progressive Conservative Party, which are quite different from the Conservative Party of today. We believe that in the economic realm, individuals and citizens, society can be more effective than government. Government cannot be expected to run our economy. Citizens must show entrepreneurship. Social groups must work together to develop our communities. Government can encourage this, but it must not get in the way of individual initiative, of private enterprise, of entrepreneurship. In the social realm, we believe that change is inevitable, and that government can play a role in helping bring about, helping managing change in an effective way. We believe that there are certain basic traditions and standards in Canadian society. We believe in the social safety net. These are all things that are a traditional part of the Canadian social fabric, and we believe in those. So our party combines a strong belief in responsible fiscal management with a belief in progressive social policies. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm going to call next on Michael Hill of the Marxist-Leninist Party of Canada.
Well, some of my thunder was taken over by one of the candidates here. However, I think that as worker politicians, we have to encourage more persons to come forward who are regular workers, not the type of parliamentarians that we see now, who are professionals and oftentimes monopolize or from certain segments of professions right there, specifically the legal profession, seems to be dominating a lot of the parliamentary seats. There's some conflict of interest right there. Those who are making the laws are the ones who the ones making laws are the ones who are supposed to be interpreting. It seems to be a conflict. But nevertheless, we need to get more worker politicians involved in the parliamentary system. That is our statement there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, Henny Fry of the Liberal Party of Canada. You can use that, or you can use this one over here. Yeah. I'm not sure how this one is doing here.
It's kind of blinking, so I think
Yes.
it's on and off. I want to thank you for coming again, but I'm going to be blunt. I'm not going to pussyfoot around here. This is probably the single most important election that we're going to have in Canada. Because this is not about me. This is not about you individually. It's about Canada. Are we going to maintain the democracy and the values that Canada has always stood for? If that's what we want, then you would all go out and vote, because voting alone is showing that you value democracy. But when you have a prime minister who has lied to the people, and that in itself is disrespect. When you have a prime minister in a minority government who ignores the fact that the opposition are majority, and who will not respond to the opposition when they ask questions, and who prorogued Parliament twice because he didn't like what the opposition had to say to him. This is something we have to change, or we will lose our country. And I want to tell you that everything we discussed here about housing, and about whether we want the internet to be across this country, or whether we like or do not like climate change, all of that will be moot. Because if this man behaves like this in a minority government, I have to ask you what he will do if there's a majority government. And if you do not vote, he will win. Because when we have a low voter turnout, he always wins, because his people go out and vote because they're ideological and they want to win, and we have to think about that. This is a time for you to stand up for Canada and to make a strategic decision about how we're going to change this government and what government is going to replace it. Thank you.
Thank you, Henny Fry. And our final statement from Adrian Carr of the Green Party of Canada.
This is absolutely a pivotal election. But you know what the question is in this election? The question is, what kind of Canada do we want? What kind of Vancouver Centre do we want? What kind of future do we want? We are behind the 8 ball in terms of the ability and the time for change to get on a healthy, sustainable path. And it is absolutely time that we put somebody new, some new thinking, and some new way of doing politics into Parliament. So many people want change because they don't like what's going on. We need a new kind of politics, and that's putting some Greens in office. This city can do it. This riding can do it. We need a new thinking about the path we're on. Somebody willing to raise issues the other parties aren't willing to raise. Even in today's debate, who talked about the oil tankers in our harbor? Who talked about the fact that we had crude oil from the Athabasca tar sands being loaded onto ships coming out the harbor, one spill of which would wreck everything we love about Vancouver? The other parties, the NDP and the Liberals, talk about a North Coast tanker ban. They are afraid to touch this issue, and I am not afraid to take this issue to Parliament. Why is anybody in these debates talking about the threat that's happening right now to the people, the environment, the future of Japan, with the meltdown of the nuclear plants at Fukushima? The Green Party is not, but the other parties are wedded to nuclear energy. We have to have some new, fresh voices. That is why I am the right choice for Vancouver Centre right now. A city wanting to go green, a country that needs to play catch up in a global economy that's growing green, needs a green MP. I hope that you support me, vote green, elect me on May 2nd.
Thank you so much. I want to thank the Civic Association of Iranian Canadians for co-sponsoring our debate. Really want to thank all the people from the West End Residents Association, John and Christine and Brent, and all their great organizational work. I want to thank all of the candidates for coming out, all the candidates who did come out, and I think we all agree that those who did not come out missed a real opportunity to connect with people in the West End. That's why I especially want to thank those people who took their time to come out and join us. Thanks to all of you for taking time out to listen to the issues and to support. Again, real sorry that we didn't get to all the questions. I know that there were very good questions that we didn't get to from the audience. Thanks a lot. Go Canucks and go vote.
You want me to look at you, or it would be weird to look in the camera?
Anywhere here is good. Glenn, what did you think of candidates' responses to the question regarding genital integrity?
Yeah, on the genital integrity question, really the point of my question was the equality rights between boys, girls, intersex, of all children, the idea of equal rights. And that was all of the candidates' questions didn't address that key issue. It got sidetracked into, oh, there's a medical thing here, or cultures and religions there. But that's not answering the question. The question is, do boys and girls have equal right to their foreskin, basically, to intact genitals? And in the future, when I ask questions, I'm going to be trying to really focus the question in such a way that the rights issue is the only real thing that they can speak to, so that they're not allowed to divert from that. Yes or no? Both boys and girls have got foreskin. Do they both have a right to the same body part, just the male and female version of it? So that would be in the future, my strategy. Hey! So I don't know.